Hello, everyone. Welcome to another podcast titled Dreams and Aspirations.
Hello, everyone.
We hope you enjoy it. Today, we're going to talk about dreams and aspirations, and we're going to include the word or the phrase bucket list.
Great.
So, do you know what a bucket list is, Abdul?
Sure. Do you want me to say it?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, a bucket list is a list of things, can be written or mental, in which you add everything you want to do, every important thing you want to do before you die.
Yeah, or before you kick the bucket.
Exactly, yeah.
What's the meaning of that expression, to kick the bucket?
It means to pass away, to die.
I suppose that everyone wants to do something important with their lives before we kick the bucket.
Well, yes, we want to feel important. We want to do important things and be recognized, acknowledged.
Sure. Abdul, have you ever made a bucket list?
Not really, although I have thought of things that I would like to do before I die, of course.
Yes. Do you think this represents pressure for people? Because there are bunches of videos on the internet about bucket list and do this and do that so you can do something with your life, and if you don't, you will be seen or you will feel as a loser. Well, for some people could be frustrating.
Well, I think well, not for me. For me, it is not a lot of pressure, although it is always a little pressure. But it's just a wish, just some things that I added into my goals right now, others in the long term. But more than pressure, it's motivation, I would say.
Yes. Okay, some people would agree, some others would disagree. Um, but let's try to focus on a positive angle.
Sure.
Let's try to talk about that instead of the common way that usually says, I have done this, I have traveled to this place, I have completed this, or I haven't. That is the worst, I guess. When you know that you haven't, I don't know, jumped from a plane, or you haven't done bungee jumping, or you haven't been to Egypt. It's like, for some people, a bit frustrating.
Well, I think that knowing what you want to do that you have not done yet, actually, I think it can help you to just move on, to live. It can help you to live your life in a more fulfilling way, to pursue goals, not to stay the same, but to improve with time.
What's your honest opinion on making a bucket list?
I think it is a necessary thing to do for humans to feel satisfied with their own doing. And it also widens our horizons and helps us to break the routine and pursue the things that we really want.
Let's think of some remarkable actions that someone has taken throughout history, of course.
Yes, I think it would be very common for some people to say that Steve Jobs did it. I will say it anyway. With the invention of the modern cell phone or the smartphone, information is at the tip of our fingers.
That's right. It's a before and after, definitely.
Yes, and the most curious thing is that it all started in a garage.
Amazing. That is inspiring, I guess. Okay, in my case, I think I want to mention some contributions made by Nelson Mandela or Mahatma Gandhi, these type of people who fought for equality and a better world, I guess, with more peace, I assume. or Malcolm X as well in that moment. So that was their dreams at that time.
About Nelson Mandela, I would say that he he had very strong negotiation
Mm.
skills, and he helped solve problems. He didn't stay in the way of political progress in his country and left others rule while he dedicated to different things. I mean, he didn't want to stay in power forever, and that is a good example of a politician. And I also think that in order for them to thrive, others also had to produce wealth. Um, and I think that both the peaceful political map and technology inventions, that is what has made our world a better place.
I agree. Abdil, are some things in life worth the risk? Why or why not?
Definitely. Yes, of course. Many things are risky. Like having a baby is risky. For the
Quitting your
woman,
job.
quitting a job is risky.
Yeah.
Um,
Beginning your new company or startup or small business is an enormous risk.
yeah, enormous risk. Yeah, as most of the startup companies don't make it over the first 1, 2, or 5 years.
Yes, you need to sacrifice a lot of your time and to make a lot of efforts and to focus a lot because of a dream or an aspiration in life to
Yeah.
be more useful, to do better.
But I think that us humans, we need some sort of risk and a little bit of a measure of danger
That's
in order
right.
to keep sane, to have a goal and purpose in our life. That's why I think some people from rich families or well positioned middle class in some developed countries are willing to go to poor countries to help others. Maybe they're just tired of not facing any kind of problems and they want to go out of their comfort zone and find others' problems or find different situations in which they can feel useful.
Exactly, like to give back.
Yes.
Have you ever seen the Bucket List movie?
Yes, I have.
Do you like it?
Yes, it is a very motivational movie.
What do they have in common, these two men?
Well, actually, nothing. The only thing they had in common was that they were about to die.
Yes. And then one of them came up with the idea of the bucket list.
Yes, Morgan Freeman, I don't know his name in the movie, he was writing his lists one day when the other one, Jack Nicholson, noticed it. Actually, Morgan Freeman didn't want to share it.
No, it was
It was
something
private.
it was something that he was just writing on a piece of paper because he already knew that his cancer was terminal. People sometimes think of this when they know they are going to die. That made me feel sad in the movie. But at the same time, he was dreaming, daydreaming, which is good.
Yes.
And Jack Nicholson's character was the man with money, a businessman.
Yes, he owned the hospital.
That's right. Yeah, well, we don't want to spoil the movie, so go and watch the movie. It's a really good one. And what would you like to do before you kick the bucket?
Well, of course, I've thought about it, and maybe one of the things I would like to do is write a book. I think it is not much of a trouble writing it, but maybe feeling that you really know about a subject and you really can help other people within a subject in order to feel that you can write the book.
I would like to visit the country of my dreams before I kick the bucket and see the culture, the cities, or one city at least, and just being there. Okay, so well, let's continue with some questions related to things that people usually add or they think of to add on their bucket list. Are you ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Would you rather go skydiving or parachuting? Why?
Well, if I had to choose, I would go skydiving because I think it is more thrilling, but I wouldn't do any of those, I think.
You have to choose.
If I had to choose, I would choose skydiving, but if I had the option, I would simply choose something different.
Oh my God. Okay. What would you rather do? Take an 8-hour road trip or a 2-hour flight to a far place in your country? And why?
Definitely the 2 hour flight. Because here in Argentina, there are many faraway places inside the country. Just 2 hours away by plane, you can find provinces that look like a different country.
That is so true. Well, in my case, I would rather take an 8-hour road trip than the 2-hour flight
Why?
to the south of this country by train. At least the last part of the route by train. To eat on the train, to sleep on the train, to see the views, to see the mountains with eyes, to see the view, the landscapes, to enjoy the journey. That's what I would like to do. That is part of my bucket list. I will do it one day. And to see the south, the Patagonia of Argentina. That's one of my dreams. And it became part of my dreams after I watched a video on YouTube on an Argentine sharing his journey with his mom to the south by train. It took 3 days to go there.
Quite an adventure.
Yeah, I want to live it too. I want to do it too so bad. Okay, let's continue with another one. How would you prefer to be remembered? By being a successful worker or by being an excellent friend? And why?
It's quite a difficult question.
Yeah.
Because if you're a successful worker and you're very successful but don't have any friends, then you'd be unhappy. But if you're an excellent friend and are not a good worker, you won't be able to influence so many people as you could with your job. So to be remembered by...
It's a tough call.
Yeah, I would say a successful worker because...
You can make friends.
Yeah, I can make friends, and if I were very, very, very successful, I think I would be remembered by even generations.
Oh my God, yeah.
I think that many people have been remembered for their job rather than being remembered for being a good friend.
Or any other personal traits.
Yes.
What would you like better? To change your career or to improve your career? And why?
I think I would like to improve my career better than to change it. Because I'm in my 30s and there isn't much time.
Oh my God, no.
Yes.
If you imagine that you don't like your career, you can change it. But do you like it?
Well, I like what I do.
Exactly. So if you like what you do, you can improve it. But if you don't like it for any reasons, you have to use your time wisely to do something better. To find something better for you.
I think it also depends on what you want for life. If you want to leave your footprint in humanity, if you want to leave a big contribution, then I think that you should focus on one thing and do that only thing. Do that one thing very well.
Look at what happens when they do something they don't like doing. They feel miserable. It's an unfair feeling. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your energy. Some people realize that they feel miserable and they want to change it. Some others, they notice they feel miserable with the things they do. They don't like them, but they continue it. Why? Because they don't dare. So people have to dare because you live just once.
Yes, if someone doesn't like their career, it is time to stop now because
Yes.
lifetime is limited.
Set up a plan, organize, reorganize, go back to the drawing board if something didn't work well or the way you expected. But time is limited. Our time on earth is limited
Yes.
too.
Yeah, I think it is important to find something that you really like to do and that you can do well and improve it.
And if you don't like it, change it and then improve it. Let's do something simpler now. Another question that is much simpler.
Sure.
What would you prefer? A 2-day vacation on a remote tropical island or a 2-week staycation? And why?
It's also tough.
It's just 2 days. It would be just 2 days on a tropical island. And then 2 weeks, but staycation. Okay, so
Yes.
staying in the city at home.
Do I have to stay at home or can I go out?
You can go out, but you don't leave the town. You don't leave the city because it's staycation.
I think I would prefer to stay home for 2 weeks. Although right now that's what's happened because we're under the quarantine.
Yes. Nobody wants to be at home anymore.
And right now, yeah, nobody wants to be at home. In a normal situation, I would say a 2-week staycation.
Okay.
Right now, definitely the 2-day vacation in a very far away place where there's no one to talk to and just stay alone.
That would be cool. Staying on a remote tropical island just for 2 days, it would be worth it. I guess, right?
Yes.
Maybe expensive, but 2 days more than enough.
And go there with your family to share,
Yes.
maybe some friends.
To have a good time.
Yes.
Short time, but a good one. Yeah, as you said, this podcast is being recorded during the quarantine, the coronavirus outbreak.
Yeah.
And it's a good moment. It's a good moment to think of your dreams and aspirations, but also to live for the moment and stay in the present,
Yes.
one day at a time.
Correct. Because we can't change the past or the future. We can only change our present.
That's right. But keep dreaming and keep thinking on the things that you will do because everything passes. Even
Yes.
this.
Yes, everything passes. I think we will be like this for a few months at least, but then it will pass.
Yes. So, well, people, thank you for your time here. Thank you, Abdil, for your time.
Thank you too.
And let us know in the comments what your dreams and aspirations are. Bye-bye.
Bye.